Hello and welcome. This is part two of setting it up and trade like a pro. If you've completed part one, we're ready to finalize our setup. If you haven't completed part one yet, I urge you to do that because what I'm showing you in this video will not matter to you. So let's continue. The goal again is to end up with a platform layout that looks like this. Where we left off yesterday was at this level. So considering that you've downloaded the gift file already, this is the next step we do. Open up your file explorer and go to download. I presume that's where you kept your files, and we type in what we're looking for, which is BBDT. Here's the zip file. We right click on it, click on extract all, and it now will show you where you want to extract this to. Accept the default. Show extracted files when completed should be checked. If it isn't, please check it. Click on extract and it will extract the files for you. It now opened up the directory where all the extracted files are, and you have everything you need now to complete the setup. Next thing we do, let me move this a little bit out of the way. This background, I don't need it anymore. I'm going to close it. Next thing you do now is we click on File. We click on Open a Data folder. And we are now in our MT4 main directory. We don't touch anything here. Instead, we go back to our downloaded option and right here, and we take and copy everything you see here directly to this folder. You can either move it, which will remove it from here and move it there, but I suggest you keep a backup. So simply highlight the first file name, then hold your shift key down, drag it down, and now you have all three. And now you can go right click, copy, move here to your MT4 directory, right click again and click paste, and it will, in my case, already have them. You will not get this notice. Just go and it will copy everything exactly as is. Now you click on profile and you will see a BBDT directory with a bunch of charts listed. If you click on, let's go back until we're in the root directory. If you click on templates, you will see there is a blank added, and default template as well, which we are both going to use as well. If you click on the MQL4 directory, you will go to expert and you will now see BBDT EA exe4 file, which is the bot that I created. If you click on images, this is the icon for the bot file. If you click on indicators, you will see a new subdirectory called BBDT. Click on that one, and all the indicators we're going to use are right here. And bottom line is, this is it. Well, last but not least, you click on presets, and you have a BBDT preset file, which is configured for optimum use. So that concludes our installation at this point. You can close this window and you can also close this window, and we are back at our MetaTrader 4 platform. Now at the very bottom here, roughly center of the page, monitor, excuse me, you'll see default. You click on, left click on default, And if you don't see BBT listed already, which is okay, then all you have to do, if it's listed, I'm sorry, click on it. If it's not listed, then you simply close MetaTrader 4 and restart it again. Re-click on the fold yet again, and BBDT will be listed. So let me show you in case it is not listed yet. What you do is you merely close down your MetaTrader 4. You then start it up again right here, and at this point, and that's the sound you heard of the new MetaTrader 4 activating. Now when you click on default, then you see BBDT. Click on it, and this will now, okay, put the charts the way we want them. Not 100% correctly configured, but we're going to do the rest of it manually. You'll get a notice here saying that you have to make sure auto trading is allowed. Just click on the notice, and the little icon that you created in your menu buttons, the third one down has a little red arrow. Click on it. It will turn green. The little face right here will turn into a smiley face, and you are now set for auto trading. At this point in time, by the way, there is one little hiccup in MetaTrader 4, and that is every time you close it, unless you have the market watch list set to auto arrange, which we don't, it will automatically shrink it all down to this. So you'll move up to where it says symbol, and once your cursor becomes a cross point, move it as far to the end of your monitor as possible to show all your currency pairs that you want to trade. In this case, I have the default listed. We're going to add more by the time we are completed with our setup. Now, it is also one of the reasons why I never close my MetaTrader 4, because I don't want to go through the process of constantly having to drag this little window to the right to make it bigger so I can see all my symbols again. It's also the reason why I have two monitors. The large monitor, which is a 21-incher, is always my trading monitor, so I don't use it for anything else, and I use a laptop in addition to do everything else I want to do. Access the internet, read news, socialize, whatever I use it for. Now we have our basic charts layout, but we're going to modify this a little bit. The first thing, excuse me, the first thing we're going to do is to make this window a little bit more to all the way to the bottom. We could do it two ways. We can go window and tile windows, but that would make all the windows, four windows, the same size. It's one way to go. Second way to go is that we click on the chart we want and we begin to drag. Excuse me again, goodness. Personally, I found it's easier to go with windows, set all four windows to the same size, and then we only have to really modify two windows quickly and easily, while now if we were to drag windows, we have to modify every single window. So let's click on window, click on tile windows, and here we are. I made a little boo-boo. I should have told you to first highlight the trading chart, which is the white chart. So let's click on Windows again, and let's style this once again. There we go. I'm sorry about that. I missed that step. So this is the proper layout for the time being, except we want to make our trading window a little bigger. And this black window, we're going to make it smaller because we have a specific purpose for this window. So we begin by highlighting this chart, clicking, selecting it, and so simply drag it down for a little bit. And we now highlight this chart or select it, and we drag this down until we're about right there. Then we are going to take this chart again and move it towards the left. We don't need that much because right here is where we're going to place our pop-up pricing of the currency pairs we use, which matches the currency pairs we have in the watch list. Now, if this window is a little too small for you, you are more than welcome to drag this a little bit further that way, and roughly about right there, make it even, more or less. And that way you can now drag this. Why am I having a hard time here? Goodness, there. And you drag this way, now your chart is a little bigger. So, and now with this done, we're going to click on the watch list, the market watch list, right click, we click on pop-up prices, here we go, and we just move that to where we want it, right about right here, give or take. I'm a little too picky. Anyway, and now we drag this back to match this here. So it's lined up neatly, and it gives us a little bit of a better flow of our overall layout. And we are done. Now, to make sure that should we ever close our MT4, and also make sure that should we have a computer glitch of some sort, that we have a copy of this, we're going to click again, left click on BBDT right here, and we're going to click on Save Profile As, and we are clicking on the down arrow, and we simply select BBDT, click on OK, and you will be told it already exists. That's fine, say yes. And now you have your actual layout. Now the next step is that we're going chart by chart to make sure we have all the indicators that we need to function according to the way we want them to function. Last but not least, because I don't want to make this video too long, last but not least, we're going to get, as it is right here, we have two moving averages. We only need one, so we're going to get rid of the one that says 55, and you do that very quickly, either by moving your mouse pointer over as I did. It pops up a little box, right click your mouse pointer, click delete indicator, or you can go the second route, which is that you right click in your chart, go indicator list, and now you have to pick and choose which one it is. To make sure you don't delete the wrong one, you will have to first open one up, and okay, this is it. Now you can delete the second one. I personally prefer the first method better because I have no guessing. It tells me it's the 55. So again, I put my mouse pointer over it until that little box opens up. I then right click my mouse button, I click on delete, and I am done. Now, we're also going to change the setting of the indicator that is moving average indicator that is remaining, and we repeat the process. Put our mouse pointer over the indicator till we get the information box, right click our mouse, click on M13 properties, and change this to 20 and to simple. You can change the color to whatever you want, line thickness to whatever you want. I'm actually going to change this to purple. There we go. Click on OK. And right now we are done. Now, what I am in the habit of doing is every time I make a change, I click on Save the Profile. So again, left click on BBDT, click on Save Profile, click on the down arrow, select BBDT, click on OK, yes, and you're done. It's a little bit of an extra step, but it's well worth it. Now, with this set up, we need to, as I said, check that we have all the indicators that we're supposed to have, including our bot. At present, our bot is already here, but we need to modify it as well, and we'll get to that in a minute. Now, last but not least, let's check our time frames. The time frame of this window has to match the time frame of this window. On the bottom left corner window, I have a weekly time frame, and on the top right right corner window, I have daily. I don't seem to know my right from left. I made the same mistake yesterday. It's right corner, left corner. Goodness gracious. Sorry about that, you guys. Anyway, this is what the settings have to be. Now, with all this set up, let's see what we have for indicators on our actual trading chart. We right click inside the window, we click on indicator list, and it shows us that all we have is a moving average. That is not enough. We need more than those to get going. So we click on the plus symbol here, which is above the time clock. Then we click on custom, and we now add the following indicators to it. We need to do this one by one, and I will tell you what the purpose of these indicators are. First, we pick SLTP, stop loss, take profit. This indicator, by the way, these are third-party indicators that I did not create, that I have been using for many, many years. They are free indicators. There is no royalty to be paid. You are allowed to use them, and they work extremely well. There is no need to reinvent the wheel. There are no changes to be made. Simply click on OK. And this indicator, when you now again go back to indicator list, will show up here as activated or installed. This indicator allows for stop loss and take profit settings that are very quickly, very easy, and it sets it in dollar amounts. So you don't need to start calculating pips, how many pips you want in profits, how many pips you want in stop loss. It's too much hassle. It is too confusing. We can't be bothered with that. So we repeat and are ready to install the next indicator, which again, click on the plus sign, highlight custom, and move to the IC freehand drawing indicator. The IC freehand drawing indicator does have several settings that you can take your sweet time and go through. It's very straightforward. I don't need to explain anything with it. The default color is red that you can change to anything you like. You can change the thickness of the line. You can remove objects when you press the X key. These are the keys for drawing. For example, D for drawing, X to remove object, R for the color red, B for blue, green, G for green, etc. And here you set the corresponding colors. When you click OK, this indicator is now installed, and to show that it's working, I hold down the D key and just move my mouse without clicking anything, and it's working perfectly. I click X and it's gone. Again, you don't have to have this indicator for learning to trade as a pro. I like to use it because it allows me to mark up my charts quickly and easy when I have the need for it. Now, there is a third indicator that I am going to show you to install. Again, you do not have to have it, but I kind of like to use it as a double confirmation, especially when I deal or try to look trade pairs that have the US dollar. I'd like to see where the US dollar index is heading, and that is what this indicator is right here. Again, click on, after you've clicked on the plus sign, highlight custom, click on the dollar index indicator. Again, there are no changes to be made here. Everything is as is. Click on OK, and the indicator is now installed. At first, you may get a layout like this because it will start reacting once price gets adjusted accordingly. But to show you that it's working, let me go to a little bit of a higher time frame right here, and there is my Dixie indicator, as it's called, or dollar index indicator. And when, as I said, I trade a USD pair, whether it's Euro USD, British Pound USD, Australian USD, USD Canadian, any pair with USD, I like to use this because it gives me a double confirmation, so to speak. For example, here we're now at the Euro USD, and I can see that the Euro is down, although we're sitting at a support level, and the Dixie is definitely up, with the fast MA being above the slow MA. We just went over the ceiling right here, so this may continue, and this could be a possible sell position if the euro were to go below the support level here. So here you see, just using only this, nothing else, you already have a very simplified trading technique if you choose to use this. Okay, this is as far as our actual trading chart is concerned. Let me shrink this down a little bit. I don't need that big a window. There we go. The last thing I want to do here on our trading window is to click on the smiley face, which will bring up the settings for our bot, and the first entry point, starting amount, is crucial. This is the amount that you initially deposited in your account. If you have a demo account, that would be whatever demo amount you picked. If it's $10,000, you enter 10,000. It's 100,000. You type 100,000. If it's 50,000, whatever the amount is you chose. Again, I operate from the principle that my lot size is based on my actual startup balance, not on my total account balance, because in previous videos I made it very clear that I use my profits, everything I earn above my initial startup balance, I use those to invest elsewhere and for my day-to-day living. So I have a total different way of operating. If you haven't watched these videos, I urge you to go back and start watching the videos from the beginning. There are quite a few, but you'll learn a lot, and you'll learn about my philosophy, how I trade. Risk percentage, I have it set at 20. I also explained why I don't use 1%, 2%, as is being told by so many retail traders. I have my reasons why. 20%, I know this is a demo account, may be a bit much for you, so change it to 10%. And just simply type in 10, click next to it to lock the window up, and you're done. Default stop loss, leave that at 100 pips. Maximum slippage, leave that at 3. Maximum slippage simply means that the greater the slippage, the more likelihood that you will enter a position when you ask for it, but you may experience a slippage. For example, my slippage is set at 3. That means, let's just say that I were to enter right here at ending, what is this ending? 843. The sell order may be entered at 842. at 841, I leave 3 pips as a slippage. While if this is set at 0, I am telling the broker I want it at 843, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If that price is not available, my order won't be entered. From experience, I learned maximum slippage 3 is a good place to be. Now, MA period, we have to set this equal to the actual moving average indicator we installed on the chart, which if you remember was 20. So again, we click, change this to 20, we'll set to simple, which is fine. Nothing else needs to be changed here. Now, these options that follow, do you want to auto set take profit? I have it to yes. It will then automatically calculate where your profit should be, and it's based on a 200 pips in stop loss. You can lower this, your profit will be less. You can set this to 100, to 50. Just don't forget, the smaller you put your stop loss pips, the tighter your stop loss will be, and the greater the likelihood you may get kicked out of a trade before you triggered your take profit level. This is again entirely up to you. That's why it's good to do all this first on a demo account. You get an opportunity to figure out what works best for you. Auto set trailing stop. What that is, that once you have you are in profit, the regular stop loss, which is set by the indicator that we uploaded as LTP, will then kick in and will automatically move in the direction of your chosen position at increments of 50 pips, thereby locking in price and preventing losses should the trade go against you. Again, I've tested this for a long time. These are good settings, but again, you can modify them. Higher increments mean that the stop level will be greater and it will take longer for the trailing stop to adjust. Lower levels means that the stop level will be smaller and it'll take faster for the trailing stop to adjust. Again, should the market retrace, then you also get kicked out faster as well. Now, next step, active partial profits. Yes, partial profit in amount, dollar amounts, 50. What this means is that if I set this to yes, the bot will notify me once I've reached $50 in profit. At that point, I can take my profit and the trailing stop will be moved to break even. So I already have $50 profit locked in, and from now on my trailing stop will move in the direction of my position without incurring any losses, even if the trade were to go against me. This guarantees that in worst case scenario, I still made $50 profit. You can increase this to whatever amount you want. Again, I am happy with 50. You play with it and you see what you get. Draw SNR levels. If you set this to yes, it will draw SNR level, support and resistance levels for you on the chart, and will then allow you to use a trading strategy that is either retracement or breakout. And let me show you real quickly what I mean with this. I set this to yes. Loop back in bars 20 proves sufficient. Then you can set the bar colors. In this case, I'm going to say OK to save it. And with the next, there we go. It set my red for support level and my blue for resistance level. Now, once price hits support level, I can either wait for a retracement, or I can wait for a pullback. or I can wait for a breakthrough. So this is again, and the same works for once it reaches resistance level. I can wait for a breakthrough or for a pullback or retracement. This is the second strategy that is now implemented within my Learn to Trade Like a Pro method. And again, you can use the first method where you simply keep an eye on the Dixie and price. Unfortunately, that will only be valid with USD pairs, or you can use my support and resistance method for breakthroughs or pullbacks or retracement. Going back to our setup, uh, I can now also have, once I have this set up, I can have labels displayed if I want to on my resistance and support lines. If I set this to yes, then and save it, it will redraw the same lines, but it will now actually add labels to it so you know where you are. Personally, I don't have the need for that, but the option is there in case you want it. So I'm going to set this back to no. All right, alert support and resistance breakout. If I set this to yes and save it, it will actually alert me on screen and on the phone, and we'll cover the phone portion in a later video, that there is a possible breakout of either the resistance level or the support level. Breakout meaning that price, in the case of support level, price moved below. In case of resistance level, price moved above. So you don't have to sit in your computer and monitor this. The bot will do this for you. Other than that, this is it. Now, what I like to do once I've made changes in my setup here, I click on save this, but I have a default set already, which is the one you downloaded. I am not going to overwrite this, so should I ever have the need to load up the default settings, and I'm just going to call this. And now I actually click, and then I click on save. I don't need to put the extension. It will do that automatically. I click on save. And now if I wanted to load these settings again in the future because I overrode something, I merely click on this, double click. It will automatically load up the values. If I want to set back to the default values, I double click on the first one, and the default values are installed. In this case, I'm happy the way it is. I click on OK, and I didn't want the resistance level. My bad. I go back. For me, I don't need them. So I say no. Okay, I now go and save this again so that if I want, it'll tell me it exists, overwrite yes, and I click on OK, and my resistance levels are gone. I am now done installing everything I need to do on my actual trading chart. I am going to stop it right here. There's a lot more information to go, and I really don't want to overwhelm you. But tomorrow we'll go in setting up this chart. We'll go into setting up this chart and this chart. And at that point on, I will briefly discuss what the information panel means, and then we are ready to trade. So this is it for now. If you want to save this profile here, again, you can click on the BBDT, go to Save Profile, go and down arrow, select BBDT, click on OK, say yes to replace it, and you are done. So next time, should something go wrong, or when you accidentally close MetaTrader 4 and you reopen it, and for whatever reason charts look different, you just have to open up this profile and you will have everything back to normal. Okay, this is it for now. Take care and see you tomorrow, and God bless.